Okay, so here we want to find a package which will wrap the Coinbase Pro API. So the idea here is we want to interact with Coinbase via Python. So the first step here is just you might want to Google Python Coinbase Pro API, and right off the bat we have a GitHub repository, which is what we want to see. So we can go to this GitHub repository, and then a couple things we might want to look at, see how many stars there are. Again, that's not so 1.4 thousand stars. That's a good amount. So there's a lot of, let's say, users of this. You might want to also check that there's been some sort of recent commits. This is kind of old, but it's still somewhat under development. So we can look through this. Again, we're going to run this as a user, and I'm not going to authenticate it, so I'm not too worried about sort of security or something. But I can go in and just skim the code to see what it does. But this looks like what I want, right? So we'll go ahead and use it. Now, once you've decided to use a package, right? Every package in the README generally is going to tell you how to get started. So we can go to here and say, okay, we want to pip install CB Pro, and then we want to create a public client. We're not gonna make trades on our own account for like a authenticated client. So we can just simply use the public client. And then what do we want to do? We want to get a list of currency pairs in the GitHub README, right? A list of currency pairs, and then how to do that is in the GitHub README, like we're going to see. So if we want a list of currency pairs, looks like this, right? So we can go ahead, and this, you notice this is a link to the Coinbase Pro documentation, so we can go ahead and list known currencies, right? And that's what we want. Yep, get a list of currency pairs. So this is what we want. It's gonna tell us what we can trade, right? It's gonna give us a list of what we can trade on Coinbase, a list of currencies traded on Coinbase, I should say. So we can go ahead and do this. All we're going to have to do is install the package, load the package, create a public client, and then call get currencies. Use the public client to call get currencies. Simply just like that right there. So fundamentally we can just copy these lines, copy this, and then this right here. So I should have this in here. So let's see. Remember, we need the exclamation point to say that this goes to the shell. This doesn't go to Python. This goes to the operating system. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So it looks like, let's see if this installs successfully. Good, so we successfully have it. Let's load it. Let's create the public client. And now we should be able to public client get currencies. That takes no arguments. So we just want a list of currencies. And there we go. A list of currencies on the Coinbase, on Coinbase Pro. Excellent.